Fowler. I was born in Ada, raised in Seminole County. Bounced around a lot after college. I've been in the city now for 11 years. I've been an artist my first art show was in 2011. Art's always been a big part of my life. I was always an artist. When I was a kid, I drew incessantly. I never painted though until I was in my late 20s, and my sister asked for a painting for a Christmas gift. So I went out and bought the stuff and made one, and then it was fun, so I made another one, and I was working at a small town newspaper at the time, and just started making more and more paintings just to give away to people, and did that for a couple of years. And I'd moved back to the city. I was teaching at the time. I was teaching elementary school, and I had a show at Cheevers when they used to have art shows, and I sold enough of it to think, if I can't replicate my salary as a public school teacher, I think I can do that. I didn't stop being a neurosurgeon to be an artist. I just thought I could do that. And so that's what I've been doing for 9 years. I quit my job that May as a school teacher. I've been in the art scene here ever since. I started, I was just painting portraits of musicians because they were gifts. And the pop art style sort of, a friend of mine who was another painter taught me how to paint things on a grid. Chuck Close does, That sort of revolutionized the way I looked at paintings, and I was able to be a little more precise. But I didn't know how to make something look realistic or paint with oils or anything like that, because I came into it at this weird place as an adult. And so it sort of evolved from me not knowing how to do much else. But the pop art thing, I found that when I look at other artists and the stuff I'm drawn to, I've always been drawn to that. So it wasn't a complete accident. And the Western thing has just been maybe the past 2 or 3 years. That has just come about because I've spent so much time out there lately, and it affects me, it hits me where I live. And so hopefully I bring enough of something that's mine to it to make it stand out, because I still want to go this direction with the Western landscapes. It still moves me enough to paint it, so that's just sort of where I am right now. I don't know where it's going to go. Landscape-wise and like moving me-wise, visually, it's very hard for me right now, because you really have to drive to be in the woods. It's, there are certain places you can live out west where a hike or seclusion or forest, I grew up in the woods, man, I just miss that. But there are places where that's at the end of your street, and we don't have that. So yeah, travel's like huge on my list. And I do get stuff from Western movies too. Screenshots to me are great, because the way I paint is it lends itself to illustration. And so the way director frames a shot of a landscape has a lot to do with exactly what I would do on canvas. I used to do cartoons for the Oklahoma Gazette. And when I first started that job, it was the week I got it, I was doing a story on Polly's mural downtown. I was telling them about cartoons, and I said, I'm kind of bummed out because they're only giving me 2 column inches. And I was pressing my editor for more room. And he said, limitations are really good for your creativity. And if you accept these limitations that are imposed on you and they're inflexible, it makes you think about your art in a different way, and you'll go to places you never would have considered. And I've thought about that ever since he told me that. That was some of the best advice I ever got about art. So it was out of the blue. It was just some random morning, and I got a phone call. It was downtown OKC, and they said, I want to come talk to you about something. And so they showed up and said, we have a mural opportunity. Would you be interested? And I said, of course. And I remember when I drove out there that night where they told me what it was, and I remember standing in front of that building and thinking, there's just no way. I can't do this. It's a huge building. And I look back on that now, and I can't believe how lucky I was that got to be my first mural. I got to do it by myself. I had no idea that Bricktown didn't allow non-historical artwork. I didn't know that. And I didn't know it until they called me and said, hey, we're gonna challenge this ordinance. I'm like, oh, okay. So that was doubly cool that was the first piece of like non-history artwork that they allowed down there. The shape of the building is long and skinny. I couldn't see anything on it. And my girlfriend was into octopuses. She just read an article about how fascinating they are and how intelligent and unexplainable. We had just spoken about that week, and I was just standing there trying to see something on this building, and then all of a sudden that's all I could see. It had to be an octopus, and that's really all the thought that went into it. But then when I started to paint it, it was too big. Like, I needed to take the scale out of it, because you couldn't stand in front of it and see it. You were a little too close to it. So I decided to put some hidden images in it to make it interactive on a closer level. You really need to see that thing from the street, which is, like 100 yards in front of it. But where these people were going to be walking, it was too big to make an impression. It's like, if you want to see a blue whale, you don't get this far away from it. Just make an impact on you. So I did that to make an impact on people that were close. I put 88 images in the freckles in the skin. I remember looking at the blank wall and just hearing my dad say, well, when in doubt, start working. And so I just sort of started. I'm still really proud of that one. I am. And I think it's pretty good too. I go down to it once every few months when I'm in the neighborhood and check on it. Proud of it. It was a good first try. It was.